Welcome to the 2020 Virtual WAMmys. We are excited to have you join our program this evening and for all that you do to give hope to wish kids like me.
It's so inspiring to see our WAM riders on the road this summer, making wishes come true for children in our community. Hello everyone, I'm Karen Davis, President and CEO of Make-A-Wish Michigan, and I'm delighted to have you join us for our 2020 WAMmys as we celebrate 33 years of our Wish a Mile bicycle tour. Welcome to our first, and hopefully last, virtual WAMmys. WAM is my favorite weekend each year because of the incredible positive energy, the inspiring friendships and connections, and the opportunity to be surrounded by an amazing force of good in our community. We definitely miss seeing all of you in person this year. We know that the COVID-19 pandemic has had widespread and significant impact across our state, both on personal lives and in our business community. It's a very tough year for many reasons, and your continued commitment and support during this time, every single WAM donation that you have asked for, means the world to our Wish Kids and our mission. Thank you so much. The pandemic has affected our organization twofold, with immediate impact on our kids' wishes and also on critical fundraising needed to fulfill our mission. We are working hard to grant every wish we can now, while also preparing to resume travel when it is safe to do so. Our mission and drive have not paused during this time because our families' needs and the children's diagnoses and battles have not changed. Hope is essential for all of us as human beings, especially for our Wish Kids and families. And you are bringing hope, the power of possibilities, and a focus on the future when it's needed most. I'm sending each of you a great big virtual hug and deepest thanks for all you are doing to grant life-changing wishes to our Michigan Wish Kids. And for those of you participating in WAM for the first time, thank you for choosing to ride this year. Because of supporters like you, our mission continues to move forward as we grant wishes now and ensure that we are poised to grant wishes in the future. We currently have more than 800 children in our program, waiting, anticipating, and dreaming about their wishes. More dollars equal more children helped. It's as simple as that. Every dollar counts and makes a difference. It's now my great privilege to thank our sponsors for their key role in this year's virtual WAM event. Please join me in thanking Eaton Corporation, who is returning as WAM's lead sponsor for the 13th consecutive year. In addition to providing a fundraising match opportunity in June, Eaton continues to provide valuable in-kind and volunteer support each year. Thank you to Meyer, who was our match sponsor in January, as well as our WAM 50 and Heroes Hurrah sponsor. We are so grateful for Meyer's support. And very special thanks to our gold sponsor, Trinity Health, our WAM Junior sponsor, the Jander Noah Foundation, our Break Stop sponsors, and our in-kind sponsors. We are so grateful for our 2020 virtual WAM sponsors. It's a privilege to partner with each of you. And all of you, our riders, our volunteers, our sponsors and donors, are extraordinary champions of children in our community. And we're humbled and inspired by the incredible difference you make to our Wish families in WAM. Wishes only come true because of supporters like you who step forward and change the world for others. Thank you for being a part of our WAM family and for your continued support of Make-A-Wish Michigan. Now, I'm very excited to introduce you to two of our inspiring Wish alumni, Amber and David.
I ended up going to the hospital right around New Year's Eve, and they treated me for pneumonia, and I reacted to the treatment way too quickly. So they decided that they wanted to do further tests, and so I think it was that same day, but they checked everything and they did a CAT scan, and it ended up like I had a grapefruit-sized tumor in the top right of my chest cavity. I had a direct blood route from my aorta. I had multiple tumors along my spinal column, and I actually ended up with the diagnosis of ganglioneuroma, and it was stage 3 at the age of 5.
So I was diagnosed with ALL on Halloween day of 1996. I was in 4th grade at the time, so I was on a 38-month regimen of chemo. I went into remission on January 1st of 2000. As a young kid, you want to be out there with your teammates, you want to be part of a team, you want to play. And there was lots of tournaments that we went to that, I sat and watched because, my platelet levels were just too low. The risk of being cut and your blood not coagulating, that was a big issue.
I remember sitting in the living room, and my dad was like, well, what's one thing you want to do? And I was like, I want to meet the Red Wings. I want to meet Steve Yzerman and Darren McCarty and Brendan Shanahan and Osgood. I want to meet the Red Wings. Oh my goodness, it was absolutely amazing being able to go into the Joe Louis, which was the stadium that I'd watched since I was a baby. Being able to experience and see everything, I was completely amazed. And the things that Make-A-Wish did, giving us cameras and limo ride, it was just such an amazing experience compared to what I had gone through.
My wish was to golf with some of the Wings during training camp. So I played golf with Chris Osgood and Ryan Shanahan in the afternoon, and then in the evening attended the inter-squad game in which I met a bunch of the players in the locker room, as well as Steve Yzerman, and received a signed stick from Steve as well, which I still have today. The effort that Make-A-Wish takes to provide some happiness or, enjoyment for kids is, that's second to none. There's nothing a kid appreciates more than seeing a smile on somebody's face during a tough time. You can't beat that gesture. What is the impact on you as well as the Red Wings organization in meeting Wish kids?
Gives us a real sense of joy, maybe pride, to see that you can improve someone's day or improve their spirits, cheer them up. It makes you feel good, and then from our perspective, to see what the young people go through, the challenges they face, the pain, the suffering, the determination to overcome, to defeat their illness, is very inspirational for us as athletes. And then we recognize it really puts in place what's important in life to us, and gives us a real sense of reality. When you meet a young person such as yourself and they walk out the door and you feel a little bit better, we do too. So it's a fantastic program that I think every athlete I've ever been around really enjoys it, and you build lifelong friendships from it.
We have 99 teams riding in WAM. What does that teamwork mean to you?
any business, any family, any sport, team sport for that matter, requires cooperation, requires humility, unselfishness, and everyone working towards the same goal. I think that applies to every situation that involves more than one person. It takes cooperation, it takes dedication. So, in this sense, or in your question, is all those things will apply.
What is the best piece of advice that you could give children today?
I think my advice to people, or to young children, is to accept people for who they are. Do not judge anyone. The most important thing is to be a good human being, and personally, the most important thing is to do what really pleases you in life. Whether that be a hockey player, a golfer, a teacher, a doctor, you name it. Whatever that really joy you get in life, I would encourage everyone to do everything they can to fulfill those goals. But number one, really, I think it's important to be a good human being.
Do you have any advice for a Wish kid wanting to meet their favorite celebrity?
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how down to earth and how normal celebrities are. I think everyone, and I've had a chance to meet some of my idols, whether it be in sport or entertainment or music, and the ones that really impressed me were the people who were, no matter how famous they were incredibly down to earth. So I would encourage everyone with Make-A-Wish to go for it and meet the people that have motivated you, that have inspired you.
As a player, what would you want a Wish kid to know before meeting you?
Don't expect too much, to be honest with you. Like, I grew up in Canada. I grew up in a small town. I grew up in a family of 5 children. My parents were normal. They both worked hard. So I think I would want them to know when you show up, don't expect anything special. Expect to meet just a regular guy like any of you.
When you were a kid, what would you have wished for?
Well, it would have changed at stages in my life, but initially as a young boy, the person I would have most liked to have met would have been Bobby Orr, defenseman for the Boston Bruins. And as I got a little older, I switched from defense to forward, and then my wish would have been to meet Brian Trottier, who wore number 19 for the New York Islanders. And throughout the course of my career, I've been able to meet those guys and get to know them. They were hockey players, and they were my idols and guys I wished to play like.
Thank you, Steve, and the Red Wings organization for fulfilling my wish and allowing me to be part of your big day in Traverse City training camp, and signing and giving me a stick of your own. It's a piece of memorabilia I'll hold on to forever. Thank you again.
Thank you, Steve Yzerman, for granting my wish. I really remember high-fiving you and sitting in your lap and joking with you, and it really made me feel happy for the first time. The wish continues, Sorry. Well, it's just it's such a hard time. And then you get to do this amazing thing, which you haven't been able to do really anything for so long. It's kind of like the quarantine now. And to have people, that you look up to so much, be able to take time out of their day and spend time with you, it's how I want to make other people feel too.
Thank you for riding in WAM this year. You're making a big impact on the lives of Michigan Wish kids and their families. Your commitment and passion for these kids makes a world of difference to their families. I encourage you to continue to ride and fundraise to help grant wishes to Michigan kids this year. You give hope to Michigan kids with critical illnesses when they need it the most. Thank you for your continued support.
Thank you, Steve, for joining our WAMmys. We really appreciate your support.
this weekend not being with you all, but we know how hard you have been working towards your own personal goals, team goals, and granting wishes.
Although WAM 2020 didn't go as planned, we are excited to announce we're already planning for WAM 2021. Please mark your calendars for July 22nd through the 25th, 2021, with registration opening this fall.
We certainly have missed being with you this weekend. There will be a variety of times starting in August where you can pick up your jerseys, medals, and incentive items from our Brighton office. Again, we want to thank you for your dedication and commitment this year as we work towards granting wishes. We cannot wait to see you in 2021.
Now, we want to share a very special wish kit with you tonight.
They said that she would need to have a kidney transplant, but while we were waiting, that she needed to have kidney dialysis 3 times a week. And it was definitely was a shock to us, but we had a lot of faith that in the hospital and the doctors. But while she was waiting for her new kidney, she ended up having to have 8 different surgeries, and she was praying that she would get a new kidney for Christmas. And I thought that was a pretty big prayer, but she really was. She prayed and showed many people that she was praying for a new kidney. And Christmas Day, after all the presents were opened, we got a phone call and they had a kidney for her on Christmas Day. And so the next day we went in and she got her new kidney. She had some rejection, but she's doing wonderful now. The very first day that we found out about this, we also found out that there was Make-A-Wish, and somebody had come in and asked us what's something that she wished for. Quickly she said, well, I wish that I wasn't sick. And I said, well, is there something else that you could wish for? Her biggest wish was to have people come play with her, and she wished for a really big play set, but she also wanted a boat. They combined it into a boat play set, which was such a blessing. Make-A-Wish has been beautiful as she's been waiting for the kidney, and then afterwards sending her little presents in the mail. She's been very, very blessed, and I can't tell you how happy we are. And I know that Clara has a bright future and a lot of fun in store. I just want to say thank you so much to all the people who have donated to Make-A-Wish. You have done so many wonderful things, especially for Clara. And I just want to say good luck to all the people who are bike riding, and thank you for all the people who are donating for that, and you're doing all that for children like Clara and many other kids. And I just want to say thank you so much. If it wasn't for you, that this would not be happening, nor would it for other children. Their wishes wouldn't be granted. And Clara said this morning that wishes do come true. And I want to say thank you because of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Wheel Riders. You are awesome.
Thank you, Ian, for being WAM's lead sponsor. Now this.
Hello, WAMmers. Hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. Usually when I get up at this, at the WAMmys, I usually give Kelly Jo a hard time about either the weather or the route or sometimes both. This year I really can't blame Kelly Jo because I designed my own route and I picked the days that I rode. So if I have anybody to blame, it's myself. But I do want to talk about Eaton Corporation. So proud that Eaton came through with our sponsorship this year. I was a little bit worried when I told them that the event was going to go virtual, but they didn't hesitate with their support, and very proud to be part of Eaton Corporation and our association with WAM being our 32nd year. So I hope that a year from now there's a vaccine and we can all come back together again and bring our WAM family back. I look forward to seeing everybody in 2021.
Our wishes to give typically fall in the smallest subset of the wishes that we grant every year. So it's a special treat when a wish kid decides to give back to his community. Nathan's been involved with First Tee of Northern Michigan for quite some time, and he currently serves as an assistant coach within the organization. Make-A-Wish is honored today to present a check to First Tee of Northern Michigan for $5,000.
Right after chemotherapy, that was when I started my journey at the First Tee 3 years ago. That was when I made the decision to donate to the First Tee of Northern Michigan. First Tee across the country is an amazing organization. From being here for 3 years, I have seen kids grow and change, develop confidence, develop social skills through the game of golf. The First Tee of Northern Michigan, it's not just about learning golf, as we all know. It's teaching core values through the game of golf. We all play an amazing role in changing these kids' lives.
For the last 3 years, he has given his all to this organization, and he has literally, positively impacted the lives of hundreds of kids in 3 years. And he has taken that responsibility as seriously as anyone could, and he has changed lives.
Every now and then your kids surprise you, and it wasn't a complete surprise because I knew that how strongly he felt about the First Tee program, but the idea that he just really understood himself and what he wanted for himself moving forward well enough to know that that was going to ultimately give the greatest benefit. Once he found out that donating his wish was an option, I think that kind of clicked with him, and he thought, that's probably the most important thing for him, was just keeping the program going and keeping it healthy. What wish is going to be, something that's going to give him a distraction and something to think about as he's going through chemo, as he's, dealing with testing and all those unpleasant aspects of cancer. What's going to kind of give him that thing in the future to look forward to, that hope? I don't want to get emotional, but I think you don't really know until you're there how much you need that hope. Because when your child is going through treatment and no one can give you any concrete answers, you need every bit of hope and encouragement and positivity. And planning something for your future when you're not really even sure if you have a future is really powerful.
Thank you for riding for Make-A-Wish Michigan.
Isn't it incredible to see Nathan's selfless wish to give back to an organization that has impacted his life? Truly inspiring. Hello, my name is Julie Booth, and I'm the chair of the Volunteer Board of Directors. On behalf of the board, I want to start with a heartfelt thank you for your dedication and commitment to our Wish Kids. It's an honor to be here virtually with you today as you ride to give kids hope. WAM is a critical part of our ability to grant wishes to Michigan children. We are so grateful for all that you do to help us reach more kids in our community. Make-A-Wish Michigan continues to grant wishes to Michigan kids this summer, and it is only possible because of supporters like you. We saw Wish Kid Christopher receive his pop-up camper, Wish Kid Avea receive a rodeo stroller, and Wish Kid Finley receive her golf cart, just to name a few of the incredible wishes granted recently. Wishes like these are coming true because of your support of our Wish Kids and families. As you continue your virtual WAM journey, we encourage you to think about these courageous Michigan Wish Kids and use their stories as motivation to ride and fundraise in the days and weeks ahead. Stay safe, and thank you for all that you do for our amazing Wish Kids. I now want to invite the Vice Chair of our board and fellow WAM writer, Rob Castlew, to share a few words with you from the road. Take it away, Rob.
So here we are, virtual WAM. This year is my 10th WAM. I can't think of a better way to spend it than virtually with you. And this WAM, being virtual, is even more important than past years because right now we have a lot of kids waiting for wishes, and they're depending on us to raise the funds in order for those wishes to happen. And the nice thing about virtual is that we can do it whenever we want. You can do it 10 miles a day, you can do it 100 miles a day, you can pick the good days, you don't have to do it all in those 3 days. And you have until August 16th to do it. So please get out there, make this the best WAM ever. And I look forward to next year being with you at those WAMmys in person. Take care, be safe, God bless.
Thank you, Julie and Rob, for your time and for serving on our volunteer board of directors.
that chance to like have a normal family thing to do and include him and feel comfortable doing that. If Silas can persevere through this, like you can persevere through any mile, and it's okay to take breaks and rejuvenate yourself, and that's what keeps us going, and that's what should keep you going too.
Thank you for WAM Riders for making wishes.
Thank you, WAM Riders. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are great.
Thank you, Riders, for doing my wish. I cannot thank you more. I'm so happy.
Thank you, WAM Writers, for helping me through my struggle and for allowing me to have a positive outlook after chemotherapy and my hospital visits. I really appreciate what you guys do for kids who are battling life-threatening diseases and for giving Wish Kids hope.
Thank you, WAM Writers, for helping grant wishes like mine.
Thank you for writing wishes like mine.
My name is Clary Walker, and my wish was to meet my favorite soccer player. I was able to have 5 incredible days with my family where I got to feel like a kid again. So thank you for helping wishes like mine come true.